Greetings and welcome to Season 8, Episode 10 of the Two Manager Project, and it is the end of the season. As you know, there were some issues with save, had to start the season over again. Football Manager 2020 has been announced, it's coming soon, and we are some way off our targets for this save. The plan was for both managers to win the Champions League, and of course, well, they're both at professional clubs now, because at the end of this season, look what happened to Royal Wootton Bassett and Manager 1. We'll start off with that. I think the last time you saw us, we were pretty much down near the bottom, and in the alternate universe, we were hanging around down near the bottom. But things have been different this season. We did make one or two slightly different transfers, in as far as we didn't sign half the players we signed in the other one, and we managed to get rid of one or two people. Kenyon, we got rid of. Jacob Cooper, we got rid of. Kieran Stabana went, and so did Steve Morrell. Steve Morrell, of course, never really breaking inside. He went out loan a few times, and he only got 3 starts. He was the one who got severely injured on his debut and then didn't play all season, basically. But yeah, one of the key players we have brought in since, and I did talk about it, was Vega, Luca Vega. I think I got his name wrong last time. And he's been great for us, to be honest with you. Again, he doesn't look necessarily like the best player in the entire universe, but he has been solid. I mean, he's just shy of that 7.0 after 35 games. So, yeah, he's pretty much our top defender as things go. So, very happy with that. But as you can see, if we go back to the squad, we are lacking a little bit in quality. Some of our best players, in fact, are in on loan. So, that's a bit unfortunate. Ian Knight, we are probably going to try and sign him at the end of the season, because at the moment his contract hasn't been renewed. So, it's a consideration. Martin Parr, I definitely want to do the same, because his contract hasn't been renewed and he's had a stellar season. He's been great. And, of course, we're officially a professional club now. I wonder if I can see the email. Let's see. Yeah. Royal Wootton Bassett, we've been promoted. There we go, turn professional. Club will go full-time with immediate effect. And he said they've increased the amount of stuff. I don't know if you remember how the coaches got improved previously. I think when we got into the Vanarama South, they've added 1 coach. That's fine. I mean, we're already the highest average in the Vanarama National. I'm sure we're going to have that in League 2. But the fact that we can actually train full-time now, I feel like that's an absolute game changer. So, quite excited about that. I mean, again, I know we've only got a couple of months until what's it come out, but I'm going to be hammering this. So, I've been wavering back and forth from, regular episodes every month or two. But like I say, time's running out on us now, so I'm just going to plow through and do the best I can. There's going to be at least 1, maybe 2 videos a week. There's going to be a lot of progression in between. If we make it start getting interesting, i.e. getting in a Premiership, then, things might change. But I had considered giving this up and saying, that's it, FM 2020 is coming up, we've got plans. But you know what? I've enjoyed this so much, and I've learned so much in the process that I am going to stick with it and continue on. So, yeah, very fantastic and exciting times for Royal Wootton Bassett. They are officially a professional club. And they are officially quite skint. I say that, we're only about 60 grand in the hole according to that. I always thought it was a bit worse than that. But we've got a wage budget for next year. It's not quite twice what we were spending. I can't prove it to you, but I did get the budget down by getting rid of the likes of Kenyon and stuff like that. At the moment, we're only committed to spending, just shy of 6 grand. So there's room to play in there. Again, it's just a matter of getting players good enough to keep us in League 2, I think, at this point. But if we go back to the squad and have a look at the contract expiries, I mean, I'm just not sure about Steve Reese. I think I'm going to keep him on. He is out of contract. But now that we can train, maybe he, full-time, maybe he can develop and actually reach his potential. I should consider putting him out on loan, but he's 23 now, so I just don't know. is he going to cut the mustard in League Two? This is part of the issue, I guess. Sam Otley pretty much has to go. He's been a fringe player at best. He wanted more first-team football, but again, I think he's last of the people who are on a non-contract. Everybody else is on a contract, including Nathan Corkery. I put him on a contract. I told you I wanted to keep him until he retires. He managed 3 goals this season. That's not bad, is it? He's passed his 100 mark for Bassett, so I just want to keep him on until he retires. I'm going to try and get him to go on like a coaching course and stuff like that, but it's Corkery. He's family now, you know what I mean? He's been with us for the whole journey pretty much, except that little time he spent at Oadby, who of course don't exist anymore, which is particularly sad. But anyway, so going back, Wilkes is going to be going. He remained our number one keeper, but I think that potentially he's our key goalkeeper at the moment. He's done all right for us. Look, 7.01 average rating for the season and part of the promotion team, but he's not going to cut the mustard in League Two, so goalkeeper is definitely on the list. Jackie Finch is going because his contract will be up. Tom Smith's going. We've been trying to get rid of him all season anyway, and he's just not gone anywhere. Same with Hallam, he'll be gone. Lewis Eisen is going as well, though part of me is tempted to keep him as a backup because he didn't do bad and he was pretty much ever present. He was reliable, put it that way. So it's a tough decision. That's part of the problem. I could get rid of everybody, but I think Callum Beckett's done here. Again, he didn't have a bad season, and maybe he'd be worthwhile keeping around as a backup. But I don't think he's necessarily going to improve at this point. So I think it's time to let him go. I mean, it looks like we're going to need a lot of defenders and a lot of midfielders in the Glow season, so I don't know how that's going to work out. Callum Dalton, again, has to be gone. Trying to get rid of him. He managed 4 games, but he's no longer part of the team. Bilal Chebley has been fabulous. Just shy of the 7.0, but he has been great. He's been seemingly reliable and done all right, and I wouldn't mind signing him. I mean, his first touch is good, his passing's good, his vision's improved slightly, even if his tackling hasn't. But yeah, I'm kind of keen to keep hold of him, I think. So we're going to try and sign him at the end of the season. Martin Power I already talked about. Ian Knight I think I already talked about. Robbie O'Neill, I don't know really. He's been alright. I think maybe I need somebody a bit stronger. I think that's what I've got to really concentrate on, is a strong back four. I made a mistake of not really doing that with Oldham. They finished 10th in the end, but still. How far down are we? Yeah, so beyond that, Martin Power we already talked about. Robbie O'Neill, no. Kyle Bird, well, I mean, he got some goals for us, but I just don't know. I don't think I'm going to try and sign him. I think I'm going to let his loan just play out. And I think realistically the same for Cranston. I mean, again, Cranston's been pretty good and looks like he's made some improvements, so I may try and sign him if I can't find anybody better. Certainly as possibly a backup. But he's not consistent. But yeah, apparently he's improved quite well. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of choice of left back, that's the point. We haven't got anybody at left back, really. So, I mean, that's a lot of loans. We're going to be doing the same number next season. That will help with the budget. And then the last one is Francis Baptiste, who is currently unhappy. And fair enough. He's not been getting enough football. We managed 7 in 17, just shy of the 7.0 mark. But, I mean, he's been with us a while now. He's never really, 3 seasons, there you go. He's never really gone crazy with the goal scoring or the assists. And this season is absolutely no change in that respect. So I think he's done too. We're stuck with Deshaun Bernard. I was very happy with him at the start, but turned out maybe not to be quite as good as I thought he was. He may go on the list. Next is Alfie Matthews. Alfie Matthews hasn't been playing anywhere near what he would like to play, and part of that is because we are not playing an attacking midfielder. So unfortunately, we are stuck with him for another season. So he might have to go, or he might get played. We'll see what happens. But he's unhappy nevertheless because he wants first team football. Luca De La Torre, he's staying. Enough said. Luca Vega, you know about. Tivon Rashesha, he's definitely staying. He's been fabulous for us. Doesn't look like anybody's after him either. But yeah. When did he come in? Yeah. We actually paid good money for him from Basingstoke for about $6,000. But like I say, I think he's worth every penny. Who else we got down here? Reece Wells. Reece Wells will be staying. We're not playing in AMC, but he does play decently up front and in central midfield. So he's got another season with us anyway. And that's the thing, most of these players down here have got another season. Paul Brown picked his game up, but I'm telling you, one of his biggest problems is the fact that he plays with his back to goal. He's set up perfectly to be a poacher, with finishing the first touch and all the rest of it. He tries the first time shots too, and he scores goals. I mean, he's managed 19 and 43, which isn't perfect. But because of that, plays with his back to goal, and obviously being target man. It helps in him being a target man, but it's useless for him being a poacher, and certainly useless when we're playing for passing space. So, I'm actually trying... Oh, I was trying to beat it out of him, but apparently... No. Apparently it's not happening. He's keeping on with his plays with back to goal business. Alright, actually you know what, I'm going to try this. Would it be movement? Let's try movement. Stop playing with the back to goal. There we go. Yeah, I have much greater experience than that, so no, douche told, mate. Apparently it's not going to work. I think I already tried it and it hasn't worked. But nevertheless, we're stuck with him for another season, but he can score goals. He can. He really can. And maybe with this, as I say, being able to train full time. Elliot Loxton, our backup goalkeeper. Product of the youth from last season. Managed to do appearances and managed a clean sheet as well, which you can't really hate him for. But, I mean, we got him for another season. He's not going to be doing anything beyond his £5 a week. So, yeah, that's potentially, if we look at all of these here, that is potentially how many players are leaving this season. So, like I say, I want to try and retain Chebley and Parr and Knight, ideally. Not sure about O'Neill and Bird. I think maybe not at the moment. But maybe Cranston. But yeah, outside of that, all of these people are going to make way for the new blood to come in and help us assault League 2. With that, I should move over to Manager 2, because guess what's happened to him? Oh yeah, I didn't even go through. Sorry, I didn't go through the schedule. We're going to do that first. Well, you know how it was early on. August was good. September wasn't bad. October was great, but it dropped off a wee bit towards the end. January wasn't fantastic. February was 50-50. So we did kind of struggle, but what really made the difference, I think, was getting into the playoffs and getting in the second spot, because of course we managed to skip around. So we managed to beat Gateshead on penalties, because of course Gateshead not too long prior had beaten us 4-2 in the last time we faced them, so I was dreading it, to be honest with you. And like I say, it was a tight game. I mean, look at all the sodding bookings. It was ridiculous. But like I say, we managed to... look, Brown missed a penalty. We managed to win on penalties, but I thought that was it. I was sure it was Bassett International again. Again, I'm not really sure that going up to League 2 is in fact smart at this point, but nevertheless. So yeah, there was that, and then we had the playoff final against Cheltenham. Again, Cheltenham we hadn't done great against during the season. I feel like we'd played them more recently than that, but I might just go up just to field Cheltenham. Oh no, we won against Cheltenham. But yeah, so again, the final was it was the same result, 2-1. Was quite a relatively straightforward game. A lot of bookings though, an absolute stinker of bookings. But it was lovely to come away 2-1, and of course get promoted to League 2, so that's fantastic. Now we'll go over to Manager 2 at Newport, and they finished champions of League 2, so they're going to be playing League 1 football next year. We'll have a quick look at the schedule first in this occasion, because we had a bit. It was looking iffy there. It was looking like we were going to slip. We had 4 draws in a row, which was Wrexham, Ebbsfleet, Hartlepool, and Forest Green. But the Coventry and Peterborough games just sealed it for us. But the Coventry result was quite nice, because you know me and Coventry, I don't seem to ever have much luck against them. But yeah, we had a pretty solid season, really. January wasn't great, to be fair, and neither was February, but March brought it back. If we actually have a look, yeah, as you can see, we pretty much stayed in the top 2 most of the season. Oh, we did drop down to 3rd, midpoint. But yeah, we stuck with it. And that was fine, that was great. Again, completely unexpected. That's been back-to-back promotions now since when? We want the overview, don't we? Not my profile or my history. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Oh, hang on. Is it here? There we go. So yeah, since I came in when they were in the Vanarama Regional South, South, promoted that season and then promoted into the National, and now we're getting promoted into League One. So that's 3 seasons in a row that I've managed promotions at that level, and they've been great. I've been lucky with the signings, don't get me wrong, but we've done quite well. Financially speaking, and this is something I didn't cover in the Oldham safe, but Oldham have got plenty of money, is that I had sort of improved the financial situation a wee bit, but I definitely kept below the wage budget. I mean, we've now got a new wage budget for next season, and we were already about 10 grand under the original budget, and now we've got another 5 or so grand, 6 grand on top of that. Plus we've got a little bit of transfer money there as well, and I mean a little bit. I don't know too much about what we're going to do with the squad. Actually, let's have a look at the contract expiry. We've got a few people leaving, or potentially going to leave, who I haven't decided on yet, and it's a big chunk. So we'll start with them. I want to keep Nia Kirby as a backup, but I don't know if he's going to be happy as a backup. Levi Sutton, he's probably going to have to go. And to be honest with you, I'd love to sign him at Bassett, but I don't think that Bassett will be big enough for him. Plus, Tranmere want him anyway. And Ditty, I thought I'd actually offered a contract too, because I think I'd like to keep him. He's up and down, weirdly, but he's generally quite consistent and a good player. And the fact that he can play as central defence and defensive midfield. And he did get a few games as right back too, to be fair. I kind of want to keep hold of him. Plus, he's an active international with Tanzania. So I want to keep him, to be fair. Bradley James is a difficult one, because, of course, Bradley's not been getting any games. He's 17 sub-appearances and 5 starts, and he's managed 3 goals and 4 assists, but he's just not been getting the games. And so, yeah, I think he's done, really. I say he's not a bad player, I'm not going to be able to keep hold of him. Joe Barry's been very disappointing, I'll not lie to you. He's managed 2 goals all season. And again, he was one of these, he was better than that when I brought him in. And then by the time I signed a couple of others, he dropped again. So yeah, he's not good. Joe Barry's gone. Glyn Bodenham, who is just I've got even the youth players here, look at that. All of these are going. All of those 4 there, gone. Will Miller, gone. Because honestly, he was pretty much trashed. 20 games, 13 appearances, so 33 call it. Only 4 goals. Only 4 goals. I mean, okay, it's 28 games, 4 goals, but yeah, that's not good for a striker, mate. So I'm glad we only loaned him instead of signing him, because that might have been an option. But yeah, you are not staying, sir. Jordan Willis, you're not staying either. He didn't get that many games, to be fair. Oh, he did, 32. I'm a liar. But he's not staying. Gareth Williams, I would like to stay. His contract, I believe, with Everton doesn't expire yet, so what I'm probably going to do is extend his loan. What? Everton would prefer Gareth Williams to play with higher quality players? That's unfair. We're in League One, for God's sakes. Anyway, moving on, Seny Dieng will not be staying. Cameron Hill. Cameron Hill. He played a good few games. On loan from Bury. Poor old Bury. Expelled. Hopefully they will be back, but such a shame for him. Poor old Bury. Anyway, Cameron Hill. Not really sure about him. I don't think he's good enough. Doesn't make the cut. I can't be too, Mark Dove from above. I really would like to sign him because he always does seem to be quite solid. But again, am I just going with my emotions here instead of making good decisions? I just don't know. So yeah, Dove might not stay. So that's a lot to go. The good news is Dominic Thompson will stay. He's going to be a backup left back at this point, I think. But we've got him for another season. Poveda has had a solid season. I think he's probably going to be at his limit in this division. Yeah, everybody's unhappy with training, and that's something else I need to work on. So he's going to stay as our first choice right wing, I think. Taylor Richards is definitely staying. He's been solid ever since I bought him, really. It's 2 seasons now. I got him on a free from Ipswich. He was solid in the National, and he's been even better in Sky Bet League 2. So yeah, he will carry on, and he'll be playing League 1 football next season. Nick Hines, we have a poor relationship because I don't play him enough, but he actually doesn't do too badly. I don't know what's going to happen with him. We've got him for another season, but he might, needs to leave first team football. He might not be around much longer. He wants first team. I don't know that I can give it to him. Kevin Bailey, of course, is staying, and I'm probably going to try and extend his contract even further as soon as I can because he's our first choice goalkeeper and he's brilliant. As you know, I had him on loan for the first 2 seasons I was at the club. For the first season, sorry. He was there when they were in the National, and I kept him in the South. But of course he went on to Leyton Orient, and then we managed to get him on a free after that, and he's been great. He's been absolutely solid. He's improved. Where are we? Let's go to his report. Yeah. Good player for most Sky Bet League 1 sides. We're going up, so that's good news. And he's got the potential to be a Sky Bet Championship goalkeeper. So he's hopefully got a good few seasons left in there with us. He's obviously not going to be Premiership quality ultimately, so that's fair enough. But we got seasons to go before we get there. Lorenzo Bruni has been great. He's been a lot of fun. So yeah, glad he's staying. We got him for another season. He has been playing more though and better in the shadow striker role. I don't know if we're going to be playing that system next season. I'm probably going to be keeping an attacking midfielder, and I certainly am going to be keeping wingers. So maybe it will happen, but we'll see. Spencer Hayward. He has been brilliant, so he's staying. Just probably arguably one of our best players. I think he will probably get awards for being, our favourite player, but he's been brilliant. Got him on a free. That's his first season. He's now playing League 1 football, so I think he'll be quite happy with that. I don't know that he's going to stay with us all the way to Premiership. Possibly he might not even make it past the Championship, judging by this, but we'll see. And Scott Fenton, same has to be said for him, but again, Mr. Solid. He played a lot of games last season at right back because we had a right back shortage, but did okay. I think that's where he picked up his assists from, but he's still a solid player, so glad we've got him for another season. Again, he's only young. Again, don't think he's going to make it all the way to the Premiership, but he's at least going to get us part of the way. So safe to say that for both sides there's going to be a lot of work to be done in the close season because, of course, Bassett are going to be in League 2. Newport County are going to be in League 1. And it's going to be exciting. And if you enjoyed that, please do give me a thumbs up. And there will be a proper video coming out in the next couple of days where we show you some games and show you who we've bought in the close season. So yeah, thumbs up, subscribe, etc., etc. Thank you very much for watching.